We are joined now by the 2021 WHL Player of the Year, the 2020-21 WHL top scorer. He is Peyton Krebs of the Vegas Golden Knights and the Winnipeg Ice. Peyton, thanks very much for doing this. It's been a busy year for you. A lot of travel miles with the Ice, with the Golden Knights, with the Silver Knights, with Canada's World Junior team. You finally maybe have a bit of time for some R&R now that the season is done and dusted. But looking back on this season as a whole, what are your thoughts on just how you've progressed?
The way you said it there kind of reminds me, I guess I'm a bit of a suitcase this year, playing on like 5 different teams. But it's been, it was a great year. I guess almost 2 years now. Starting the NHL bubble, getting to enjoy that. It was an unbelievable experience. Learned a lot. Moving to the World Juniors, got to play for Team Canada, something I've always dreamed of, playing the World Juniors, and it was a really special moment. Obviously, we didn't get the gold, but lots of memories, and that was number 2 bubble, and then going straight from there, playing in the AHL, get my first professional experience. With Manny, the head coach of the Silver Knights, it was awesome. So I had a lot of fun there, and then back to the WHL in my 3rd bubble. It was an awesome experience. Obviously, Matt Cockle and our GM and James Patrick, our head coach, did an awesome job there. Both there, and then obviously Greg Fettis, our owner, providing us with everything and more that we would need, and it was huge kudos to those guys. They put it on the best possible way we could have done it in Regina, and then moving on to the NHL. Got to play in Minnesota there, and it's an unbelievable experience. And then a big cup run there, and now I'm settled in Vegas.
Let's start with the awards. 43 points in 24 games with the Winnipeg Ice. You set the franchise record with a 23-game point streak, beating a record set by Mike Comrie back in the 2000-2001 season. It just seemed like everything came natural to you in the hub in Regina. Peyton, do you think, though, that maybe your experience at the World Juniors and playing a few games in the AHL before jumping into the hub life in Regina really set the tone for you and helped you start with both feet?
Yeah, definitely. I think the World Juniors is huge. I think it's pro hockey. World Juniors, it's right up there. It's the best of the best. Our coach Andre Turgini was awesome at giving us all opportunities and pushing us to our max. In practice and games, we're all working our hardest, and then playing pro hockey, getting a taste of that, being able to have an awesome coach in Manny, really set me up for success, moving towards the WHL bubble. And obviously I have great people around me. Like I said, James Patrick has been a massive influence on me my whole WHL career, and he put the right tools in front of me, and all I had to do was play. So it was a bit of adjustment coming from pro hockey for sure. Obviously, my one game I didn't get a point. It was my first game, and I was a little bit choked. I wanted to have a good start to the season. I think we still got the win, so that was awesome. But from there, I pretty much kind of flicked the switch and turned it on.
You win the 4 Broncos Memorial Trophy as WHL Player of the Year, joining the likes of Sam Reinhart, Oliver Bjorkstrand, Jordan Eberle, just to name a few, as past winners of that award as the WHL top player. When you think about that, you think about the kind of colleagues you have now with names on that trophy, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, it's really cool for sure. Obviously, just trying to learn and get better. I think, that was definitely the icing on the cake. Obviously, there was no trophy, so that was nice to be recognized for something. And, like I said, Matt Cockle, our GM, and my head coach, James Patrick, were obviously huge influences. We had a great team. My line mates, Connor and Petey, they're unbelievable players this year, too. And, we had a lot of fun. I played 3 games on D, which is cool, too. So a little all-around play, and like I said, I couldn't say enough good things about the people around me, and obviously, it's been a lot of fun.
231 career points in the WHL, 199 games. You are right up there in the franchise leaders with the likes of Reinhart and Jared Stoll and Nigel Dawes, just to name a few. But when you look back, what are some of the things that you're going to remember most fondly about your time in the league?
I learned so much. I think coming in as a 15-year-old, playing my first 6 games with the old owners and Jeff, and learned a lot there, and then got to meet Matt and James, like I said, and then there's the people that you get to meet, and obviously in Cranbrook, Katie and Corey Spring, unbelievable billets. They're my rock. We only won 12 games one year, and I'd come home, and Corey obviously played hockey in the past and had a few NHL games, and he just helped me out with anything I needed, and that was huge for me. And then obviously moving to Winnipeg, we had a great team. I was really excited, and the pandemic happened, so it was crazy. Obviously in Winnipeg also I had unbelievable billets, Travis and Carmel, and it was unbelievable. I had probably the best time of my life, hanging out with them every day and coming home to the kids. Junior hockey is the best. I couldn't say enough good things. So, and then obviously Matt and James, I've said a lot of stuff about them. I'm gonna remember those two guys. James is, obviously played a lot of NHL games, and I want to be an NHL player, and I'm going to be. And he paved that path for me, and I can't say enough good things about that. And then Matt, obviously putting the tools in front of me. We only won 12 games, and the next year we were right up there, the best teams in the league. So I think we could have a good run. And I've had only amazing experiences in the Western League, and I'll remember it a lot. But like I said, I'm also really excited to get things going with Vegas.
One more WHL question. You got to play against your older brother, Dakota. You got to play against your younger brother, Drew. I remember one night in particular in Tri-City, you were a 15-year-old player, and I'm sure you remember this as well, where you were on the ice, Dakota was with the Americans, and your sister Madison sang the national anthems. What do you remember about that night?
Yeah, feels like a while ago now, but that was a special moment. Not many people can say they played against a brother or sister and sang the national anthem, and had my family there, which was also really special. So that was a cool moment. It's going to be, still have that picture, us three on the ice there as a 15-year-old. That was really cool, and something we'll cherish. And hopefully maybe one day we can do it in the NHL.
Let's talk about the Golden Knights. You made your NHL debut in Minnesota earlier this spring. You got the rookie lap at the XL Energy Center. I mean, what was going through your mind when you knew you were in the lineup to make your debut?
Yeah, I think it was a lot of emotion for sure. I was so excited, just kind of like, I'm playing in the NHL. Just one of those moments, and it was so cool. Obviously me playing, coming close to playing in the NHL bubble before that, I knew I knew all the guys obviously, and I was pretty comfortable. So I think the nerves were there, but they weren't as much as I thought, because I already had that experience. I felt comfortable playing, and I was ready. I've been waiting for this moment, and I was more than ready and really excited to play. But no, nothing was like that going. No bucket and warm-ups. That was pretty cool. I always, when you come to an NHL game, obviously I grew up in Okotoks, so we went to the Flames game, and seeing guys without helmets in warm-ups, you're like, this is the show, and being able to do that was pretty cool. And then obviously we couldn't get the win, but the next game we pulled out a win, and that's the icing on top for sure.
The last one for you, Peyton. You've had the chance now to be part of the Golden Knights for 2 consecutive runs to the third round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Of course, you had the Edmonton bubble experience last summer. This year, a little bit different, where you're actually traveling. Your teams are playing in front of fans. How much does that experience kind of get you ready and maybe even more so get you fired up for next season?
100%. I think what I've learned the most of all this is obviously the regular season is a huge part. You want to get in the playoffs, but you want to be a playoff team. Having that experience in the playoffs and watching guys like Mark Stone and Patrick, Marshall, all the guys on our team that they do really well and in the season, and then in the playoffs they flick a switch, and that's something I wanted to do. And obviously Pete DeBoer, our head coach, having the experience with him his past two cup runs has been huge in what he wants as a player and what you need to do in the playoffs and to be successful. So I think that's been huge for me to learn from him and from the players. And I think the biggest thing I want to take from that is just once playoff time comes, be ready to turn another gear on, because it's a whole other level, and I'm excited to do that.